welcome back to the Beach Bum Bookworm. I am Tiffany. I'm so glad y'all found me again today. My channel is all about cozy mysteries and romance books, and today we're continuing our spotlighting cozies. We're finishing up garden cozies today. I'm doing I through Z, and then there's a couple that are independent published that aren't in alphabetical order. Tell me which one of these that you're interested in reading, that you do read, if any of these are your favorite series. Talk to me about cozies down there in the comments. On your way down to comment, don't forget to stop, hit the subscription and the notification bell, because that's going to tell you when I put out videos each and every single week. All right, let's get to it. We're looking at garden cozies. That includes flowers and everything that goes along with it. All right, let's do it. In 3, 2, 1, go! All right, there are a lot of announcements, but I'm gonna try to make these short and sweet. So the 21st, which is next Saturday, we are doing our series read along. We're doing book 1 of the Kitchen Kebab series by Tina Carnations called Hummus and Homicide. It'll be right here. Join us for that. We're going to read 1 book per month and finish her series in December, and her December read is holiday, so it's perfect. Also on the 21st, Lee, her husband, myself, and my husband and Cozy are going to be doing a popcorn tasting challenge. We did part 1 with our savory popcorn. We ordered gourmet popcorn from a place called Joe&seph's. And this Saturday, the 21st, we are doing our sweet popcorn. So that's always fun. On the 28th of the month, we are doing our book club pick, which is Arsenic and Adobo right here. This is by Mia P. Manansala. We'll be discussing it then. These will both take place at noon. And then September. September is going to change a little bit than what we've been doing. So here's how it's going to work. We're doing all of our lives the same Saturdays at noon. They'll have reading sprints in them, but here's what they're going to look like. So the 4th, September 4th, which is the first Saturday of September, will be a just ordinary life. We're not having there's not an event. It's just going to be reading sprints and chatting about cozies, maybe giving recommendations for the other things coming up, that sort of thing. On the 11th, we are doing instead of a book club, we are no longer doing a book club pick. So if you have the book club picks written down for the rest of the year, scratch them, because here's what we're going to do. So we don't have to start so many different series. We are going to do a scavenger hunt pick. We are picking 2 books. So September 11th was our first pick. We're going to be read a book recommended by a friend. It does not have to be a new book, a new series. It does not have to be a new author. It could be continuing a series that was recommended already, that sort of thing. Does not have to be a cozy. Of course, we would prefer it to be cozy, but doesn't have to. Everybody is welcome. That is September 11th. A book recommended by a friend. September 18th is our second series read along with Tina Carnations' Kitchen Kebab series. The second book is called Stabbed in the BAKLAVA. I'll put it right here. That's hilarious. So that is book 2. And then the 3rd Saturday, which is that is the 3rd Saturday, my bad. The 4th Saturday, which is September 25th, is the second scavenger hunt pick for the month. Again, this is all the scavenger hunts are replacing book club. So at noon on September 25th, we're doing our second scavenger hunt pick, and it is a new author to you. Interpret it any way you want, however you want to do it. Again, doesn't have to be cozy, but of course we'd prefer it. We're discussing them the Saturdays at noon on all of those dates. So join us for that. We hope that you like this new format that we're going to do so that we're not starting 12 new series in a year. All right, the last things are we're doing Monday night reading sprints at 6:30. Those are more intense reading sprints, which means less talking by me and more reading by all of us. So join us for that, 6:30 Eastern Standard Time. And join the Discord. That's always if you're into cozy mysteries, it's a cozy mystery Discord. So if you're into cozy mysteries, join us. It's so much fun. Somebody's always on there chatting. I'll put the link in the description below. All right, let's get to this spotlight. So the first few are a couple that I missed from part 1. So thank you, Cozy, for pointing those out. Let's get right to them. So it's a bridal bouquet shop mystery. This is by Beverly Allen. The first book is called Bloom and Doom. Love it. A designer of eye-catching bridal bouquets, many of them based on the Victorian meanings behind each flower, Audrey Bloom is used to celebrations that end with happily ever after. What a coincidence that her last name is Bloom. In fact, every couple she's worked with is still together, living in wedded bliss. But her perfect record is about to be broken. Her childhood friend Jenny Whitney has reeled in the most eligible bachelor in Ramble, Virginia, and she's hired Audrey to design the bouquet. But before Jenny can walk down the aisle clutching her blend of flowers, the groom is found dead, sprinkled with bits of a bouquet. This is bad for business. Yeah. Not to mention for Jenny, who has become the prime suspect. 3 books in that series. Oh my gosh, I am just totally checking that series out. Already, we're on series 1 and it is gone on my TBR. So I can tell you how this is going to go. Which is great. Maybe I can read it from my new author. No, I already have one in mind. I'm so excited about that pick because that means I get to start a new series without, the cards told me to do it. A Garden Squad mystery series. This is by Julia Henry. The first book is called Pruning the Dead, right here. With hundreds flocking to her inaugural garden party, meticulous Lily Jane hasn't left a single petal out of place. But the picture-perfect gathering turns unruly upon the arrival of Marilee Frank, Lily's ex-husband's catty third wife. Marilee lives for trouble, so no one is surprised after she drinks too much, shoves a guest into the koi pond, and gets escorted off the property. The real surprise comes days later when Marilee is found dead in a pile of mulch. Lily wishes she could stick to pruning roses and forget about Marilee's murder until her best friend and ex becomes suspect in an overgrown homicide case. 4 books in that series, sorry. That is also another one, plus a Garden Squad. That just sounds really fun. I'm totally checking this one out. The next one is by an author who I love. It is the Magic Garden Mystery Series by Amanda Flower. Love her. Love pretty much anything I've ever read by her. This one, I have not read these. Book 1 in this is called Flowers and Foul Play, right here. It says florist Fiona Knox's life isn't smelling so sweet these days. Her fiance left her for their cake decorator. Then her flower shop wilted after a chain florist opened next door. So when her godfather, Ian McAllister, leaves her a cottage in Scotland, Fiona jumps on the next place to Edinburgh. Ian, after all, is the one who taught her to love flowers. But when Ian's elderly caretaker, Hamish McGregor, shows her to the cottage upon her arrival, she finds the once resplendent grounds in dreadful shambles, with a dead body in the garden. Wow. 3 books in that series. Sounds really interesting. And I don't know if the whole series takes place in Scotland, but I am totally checking this one out. That sounds amazing. The next one is a Flower House mystery. This is by Jess Dillon. The first book is called Death in Bloom. It is right here. Sierra Ravenswood is the new part-time employee of the Flower House, a flower shop in Aryville, Tennessee. It's true, she didn't expect to be back in her hometown at 28 years old. But after her dream of making it as a singer in Nashville crashed and burned, she's just grateful to have a soft place to land. Because after all, Sierra's family believes in being optimistic and positive about life. So she's sure she won't have to work at the Flower House forever. But things take a decidedly negative turn when a customer drops dead in the middle of her new bouquet arranging workshop at the store. When it's discovered he was poisoned by a snack at the event, everyone at the workshop, including Sierra, is on the suspect list. Only 1 book out. I don't know if it only went 1 book or if this is a newer series and we'll see more, but it sounds adorable. All of these sound so good. The next one, An Enchanted Garden Mystery. This is by Bailey Cottrell. The first book is called Daisies for Innocence, right here. The enchanted garden behind Eliana Albright's perfume shop draws people of all ages with its fragrant flowers and lush greenery. But when the magical serenity is interrupted, it's up to Ellie to sniff out a killer. 3 books in that series. I don't know if enchanted means paranormal, but I'm going to check it out and we will see from there. Just because it's paranormal doesn't mean I don't like it. It means that we'll see. The next one is the Leafy Hollow mystery series by Ricky Blair. The first book is called From Garden to Grave. It is right there. It says, Verity Hawks is a shut-in. After 2 years bunkered in her apartment, the only thing that gets her out is the disappearance of her beloved but eccentric aunt. As she takes over her aunt's landscaping shop, she'll need to go from hoarder to horticulturalist in a hurry. Her new home of Leafy Hollow is quaint, except for her most obnoxious client. When a series of freak accidents kills the customer, all signs point to Verity as the killer. 8 books in that series. It just went on the TBR. The next one is called the Peggy Lee Garden Mystery Series. This is by Jim and Joyce Levine. The first book is called Pretty Poison. It is right here. It says the main character is Peggy Lee, and she is the owner of the Potting Shed Garden Shop. When Peggy Lee, a botanist, the owner of the potting shed, and an occasional sleuth, stumbles upon the body of Mark Warner, the richest man in town, in her seasonal display, she must weed through a colorful cast of characters to catch a killer. 8 books. You know what I'm going to say. The next one is the Port Danby Cozy Mystery Series. I've heard a lot about this series. A lot of people really enjoy it. It is already on my TBR. This is by London Levitt. Book 1 is called Marigolds and Murder. It is right here. There are 17 books in that series. It says Lacey Pinkerton has left behind a 6-figure job and her reputation as the $1 million nose, a nickname her super sense of smell earned her within the perfume industry. With her pet crow, Kingston, and a tabby cat named Nevermore, she is settling right into her new life in the small coastal town of Port Danby. With a flower shop opening soon and a full cast of quirky neighbors and friends, her new digs are exactly what she's been looking for. Away from the hectic hustle and bustle of the city, Lacey has found peace and happiness. However, her heightened sense of smell proves to be of use once again when a Port Danby neighbor turns up dead. Again, 17 books. I've heard a lot of good things about it. This was already on my TBR. It does. It sounds so interesting. So moving forward for the rest of this video, just so that we're keeping a good manageable time, the rest of these don't have synopsis. I'll be giving you the title, the cover, author, how many books in the series, kind of the same format as I've been doing. And that way, if you're interested, you can go check it out further. So the next book is called Arsenic and the Azaleas, right here. This is the first book in the Lovely Lethal Gardens series by Dale Mayer, and there are 17 books in that series. 17. That's a lot. The next one is, the book is called Carnations and Deadly Fixations. Cute. This is by Abby Reed, and it is the first book in the Fern Grove Cozy Mystery series, and there are 8 books in that series. When there's so many books in a series, it's like, how have I not heard about a series that has 17 books in it? I don't know. Don't know. The next one is the Gardening Mystery series. The book is called Mulch. It is right here. This is by Anne Ripley. It says the main character is Louise Elridge. She's a TV hostess and an organic gardener. There are 10 books in that series. The next series, the book is called Natural Thorn Killer, right here. I've heard so many good things about this. This is by Kate Dyer Seeley, or AKA Ellie Alexander. It is the Rose City Mystery Series, 2 books currently out. And like I said, I've heard nothing but great things about this book, which doesn't surprise me. So the next book is called Flower Bed of State right here. This is the first book in the White House Gardener Mystery Series by Dorothy St. James. It says the main character is Casey, and she is the assistant White House gardener. 3 books in that series. I think that sounds super interesting. That one is definitely going a little higher on my TBR. I don't know. I'm intrigued by it. The next one is called Murder in Half Moon Bay, book 1. This is the Jillian Bradley Mystery Series. This is by Nancy Jill Thames. It says the main character is Jillian Bradley, and she's a gardening columnist. 11 books in this series. Let's keep it rolling. The next series is the Nina Quinn series. Book 1 is called A Whole Lot of Trouble. This is by Heather Weber, and the main character is Nina Quinn, and she is a landscaper. 7 books out in that series. Nope, thinking of something else. Never mind. The next series is called Potting Shed Mystery Series. Book 1 is The Garden Plot right here. This is by Marty Wingate. There are 7 books in this series. It says the main character is Prue Park. She is a gardener and Dallas native, now living in London. That is one I will check out too. Love it. Love that concept. All right. So the next one. Wow. The book 1 is called Secret of the Painted Lady. It is right here. This is part of the Danger Cove Renovation Series by Christina A. Burke and Elizabeth Ashby. I was surprised because there are 24 books in this series. When there's so many books in a series, I'm like, again, I said this earlier, how do I not know about these? That's a lot of books. Which definitely means it's going on my TBR, because if it's that long lasting, somebody's doing something right. The next one, the book is called The Secret of Chestnut Hall. It is right here. This is part of a Blooms, Bones, and Stones cozy mystery series by Olivia Swift, and there are 6 books out in that series. The next book is called Pots, Pies, and Poison right here. This is the first book in the Tottingdale Garden Mystery Series by A.M. Valley, and there's only 1 book out. Again, I don't know if there's more to come or if there was only 1 book in this series. It's listed as a series, so who knows. The next book is called Planted on Perry Street. It's right here. This is part of the Garden Witch Cozy Mystery Series by L.B. Holding, and it says there is 1 book, hopefully more to come. I'm definitely checking that one out. Again, when it's witch, I'm like, oh, I don't know. It depends on how thick it is, because there are some paranormals, like I love the Kitchen Witch Mystery Series by Lynn Kuhn. It has just the right of paranormal for me. And then there's some that I've read that are just too much. It's just not my thing. If you're into paranormal, you might find it fabulous. I'm gonna give it a try. That is the last one. So our garden spotlight is wrapped up. It's another one that, although there was, several, not as many as I thought, and I feel like it's another open lane. Just saying. Some of y'all that want to write a cozy, because I don't want to. I just want to be the reader. Give me more to read. Give me more to read. All right. Until next time, may all your future reads be 5 stars. Bye.